Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Titan Tech Pack. I'm Illusion like usual, and today we're working on episode 6. So as you see right here, between the episodes, I threw up a little, just a little shelter with the help of some chisel blocks, and just wanted to get kind of a, basically just organize my chest. My chests were just getting nasty, and that's one of the biggest drawbacks of playing in modded Minecraft. Is there's so much junk that you have to carry. That's why I'm a big fan of like a backpack mod or something like that, because you end up picking up so much crap. And when I say crap, I don't mean like not useful things. I just meant like just lots and lots of stuff, and you quickly run out of inventory space for it. So be quiet, I'm trying to record. Hush, all of you. So I just threw up a little shelter, just took some cobblestone, this stuff with cobble, and I used some of the sky stone. And since we found all that glowstone last episode, then these are actually glowstone blocks that are chiseled. So cool. So I just got some things organized up and brought over my little that thing. So one of the first things I want to do before we start talking back about Bontania, I want to jump over here and point out something that I noticed when editing, and you guys are probably already saw it. So let's go ahead and jump over there, and this is going to jump in over to that other rack world. So I did a great job of pointing out that asteroid, meteor, whatever you want to call it, but I failed to see these other 3, maybe 4 over here. So yeah, I totally screwed up on that one. So that was kind of fun. I was editing, I'm like, oh wow, I'm such a noob, didn't even see those. So let me do something first. Let me mark this book. Book home. Okay, and now let's go check out these other ones. I have not gone and looked yet because I wanted to save it on camera. But it's kind of interesting to get 3, 4, 5, maybe 5 of those just in one. Well, that just went bad. Well, always an adventure. Did I bring food? Yes, I brought food. Okay. I think I'm gonna need mushrooms. I saw mushrooms for an upcoming recipe. I don't know if it was red or that, so let's just take a quick peek. No. Let's get out of here. If I can. Here's something else coming. Zombie. Okay. In fact, you know what I'll do? I will just... well, let's see if I can get out of here fairly easy. See, this thing, I don't need to know if I need to go up or just I can just go through. I'll pause the camera and I'll meet you over there once I finally figure out if I need to go up or if I can just go through. So I'll be back in just a second. Alright, I made it. So I just dirt towered and then just kind of did a little tunnel up. So here's one. So let's go see what's in this one. So let's find the dead center, which looks to be there. Let's go get on in there. Usually these chests are in the absolute center of these spears. So that's a good way to find them. And I just keep my eye on Walia as I mine to make sure I don't mine it. Okay, so that should be about enough. Yeah, it was. Okay. There it is. Cool. So we have another we have silicon press. I think that was the one we got in the last episode. I'm not 100% positive. Okay, let's go check out these other ones. So is it 4 up here, or is it just... I don't know. Ooh. Almost fell down there. Okay, find center. There we go. There it is. Yeah, and that's a calculation press. That's good. Alright. Let's go the other way. Okay, so maybe it is 4 up here, which is like really awesome. Well, let's start with the big one first. And that looks like center. Let's start mining this one. There it is. Ooh, yeah, that's a good one. So we got a logic, a calculation logic, and a silicon. How many are there? Calculation, we got that. Engineering, so that's one we're missing. Logic, silicon, and name. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. It's getting dark. So let's hurry this process up. Now, I'll be the first one to admit, I still, like many people, don't have a good handle on AE2 yet. So I know kind of what you got to do with these. Oh, you're robbed. I kind of know what you got to do with these presses, but I'm not 100% sure what you do all of them. So that'll be something we'll be kind of playing with, and I'll make sure I'll do on camera. That way you guys can learn too. So leave me alone. Alright, let me make my way back to the book, and I'll meet you back in meet you back on the island. Alright, I'm back. I just slept real quick, so that's why those guys are burning. So that's the silicon. So we have 3 of those now. Got a couple more. I got a bow out of that deal. Nice. Well, I already had one. Put away all this junk, and we're gonna start working on Bontania. So I spent a fair amount of time between the episodes just kind of playing with it and trying to get a good handle on how some of it works, and I think I have a better handle on what happens, but still learning a little bit. So I'll bring you guys along with me as we go. Alright, so here's what happened. So I moved the day blooms over to this world because that other world, it's not like real day. It's kind of like, you know, kind of like fake day, if there's such a thing. But the reason I say that is zombies don't burn. So when it's daylight out, zombies don't burn. So I brought them over here to basically get better sunlight. So I started reading on the wiki, or I'm sorry, I started reading on Reddit about how the filling of the mana pool is so slow. And basically I determined two things. One, that this mana pool is very large, so you kind of underestimate how much mana you actually have. And two, these things are horribly strong, or horribly slow. So this is basically just a building block to get you to the next tier of flowers, which are the endo flames and the one that does for from water. So go back here. So they bloom. That's this one. The endo flame is one that I just made a little bit ago as I was testing, and this one, hydrangea, is the one that does from water. But you actually need. Actually, we can make one of those. Yeah, let's make one of those too, so we can kind of test them out. So we're basically going to continue to work on this for maybe next 10 or 15 minutes, and then we're going to do just a little bit of exploring because I need something else. So basically what happens with this endo flame is, actually let me just click on everything so you can see. So you can see as I hold my little twig thing on the mana spreader, you can see that there is a little progress bar, and once it gets to about even with the M, it'll send one big burst to the mana pool. So these are very slow, and you can see how much they've built up, and it just shot a burst, as you can see that progress bar, and you can see it starting to build back up. So if I drop a piece of coal, the endo flames use any kind of burnable material, if I can show you in here, will absorb combustible items or blocks in the nearby vicinity. So if I drop a piece of coal, you see it'll absorb it, and then watch how quickly it goes here. Then once it gets up to about the end of the last portion of the M, it'll send off a burst and fill this up. So you have to keep clicking on these things for then the progress bar to be updated. So that's one mistake I made. Basically, I thought it was going to just automatically update, so I was sitting there like, why did I have no mana? And there's one that's been running for hours, and then I clicked on it and saw that I had some, and that's how I went ahead and tested with a mana diamond and tossed in one diamond to get a mana diamond. So that's how I have one. I tested it out, and that's why it's a little bit lower. So that's how that works, and you can see, you know, it'll build it up for a little bit and shoot off a burst. So that's pretty cool. At least I have a little bit better understanding how to generate mana. So let's jump over to the other world and make a well, I already made stuff to make another endo flame, so we'll see. There we are. Jump it over here into the working man's world. So let me get some of this. Actually, I'll leave that out. Make sure it leaves the recipe there. Okay. So let's make one of each. So endo flame, you need 2 brown, which I have in inventory, 2 red. I don't think I have the 2 red. No, that's what I didn't make. Well, let's just make the water one. Screw it. So we need a bunch of blue ones for sure. Okay, so I'm gonna have to go back. So I need a blue and a light blue that I have to put back through the water. Great. Blue and a light blue. There's a light blue. Okay. Alright, so I'll show you in here is this, see how this blue mana petal is different than this one? Because this one you actually have to send it through the mana. Or which, you get shift. So you have to actually send it through the mana to get that. So I need one of those that's light blue and dark blue. So let's jump back over to the worlds. And luckily this doesn't use a whole lot of mana. Okay, so now we have one of each of those. And you can see it didn't take a whole lot of mana. The only unfortunate thing is we don't have a chunk loader, so... Well, we do, but I haven't made it yet because it's kind of expensive. And it consumes any pearls. Okay, so we need seeds. And what else? A pink. Oh, pink. We have a magenta. There's a pink. Excellent. Water bucket. Okay. So in here we have 2 light blues, and then that one. Okay. That. Cool deal. So, this one, passive management, will suck up any still water in a 3x3 array around it. Okay, cool. So let's give that a try. I wonder if it seems like it actually consumes the water source. That's the way I read it, at least. But we can give it a try. Let's put it back here. The little stick thing. Suck up any water, still water. Same height. So maybe is that the issue? Again, I don't know. I've said it before. I am still learning this mod, like many other people. So don't hate me too much. Oops! Shoot, that's not what I wanted. Do not fall off the edge. Pick up the water. Whew. That was almost bad. Okay, that goes there. So that should still reach. Oh. Yeah, that did work. So it just sucks up the water though. So you need like an infinite water source. You have to keep filling it up. Well, that's kind of interesting and frustrating at the same time. Okay. Alright, let's see. Where do we stand with this? So our goal is still the Pyroclast Pendant. So let's see if we can get some of these done. But we still need a runic altar, which we need more mana for. Yeah, I can't get that. We can get that though. Need a mana spreader. Okay, let me gather up a few materials and see how far we can get in this before we start exploring. So I'll be back in just a second. Alright, I'm back. So I think I gathered up all the materials. So the next thing we need to make is, if we want to start working through this, is a runic altar, which is some living rock and a mana diamond or a pearl. So that's why I was testing it out with a diamond earlier. Okay, runic altar. So, as you may come to the conclusion that that's a long fall, is that a runic altar has really cool particle effects, but it also needs mana. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop, actually I won't do it as a block, I'll just drop a few. I'm going to drop some coal down there so that you can start producing some more of that. Made another mana spreader, which I'm trying to remember. No, the other way. In fact, let's move this out the way just a little bit. Move this back just a little bit. Yeah, that's right. Okay, so you are sending mana from there to there. Okay? So that's that. I hope. I think that's right. I hope it's right. Okay. So the first thing we're going to try to make is a rune of earth. So I need one piece of mana, steel, mushroom, dirt, and stone. So iron, mana, steel. Okay. Okay, cool. Dirt, stone, mushroom. Okay, so I think that's it. Basically, it said that it says right here, it should be apparent when the altar has received enough mana. When that happens, just drop a piece of living rock on top of it and use the wand to collect your rune. So well, that didn't work. Okay, so let me check this out for a minute. Okay, it's doing something. Okay, I think that's the signal that it's done. Ooh, maybe not. Ha 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 ha! So I moved that closer so it actually would suck from there. So cool, we have our first rune of earth. Nice. Alright, that was interesting. Okay, so next one we'll need is a rune of air. So I have everything except for a carrot. Well, transmuting seeds and crops. this is interesting. Okay, let's just give this a try. I don't think it's gonna work. The potato. That's a slime. Okay. Let me jump over to the other world and we'll grab some vanilla seeds. We're gonna try this out. Okay, let's see if this does anything. Nah. Guess you have to have this. Well, that's kind of expensive. Okay. So this is kind of where I thought it was going to leave me. Is basically to the point where I need some more materials. And this one actually have the Rune of Fire. I can make that one. I gathered all the materials up for that one. Rune of Spring. Rune of Summer. That's the other one I need. Rune of Air. Rune of Earth. That's what I was making this Rune of Earth to make the Rune of Summer. So the melon. So basically I need melon, carrots, yeah, melons and carrots. So with that being said, I think we're gonna have to go create another Mistcraft Age to see what kind of good stuff we can get. So let me get prepped up and we're gonna do a little bit of Mistcraft Age exploration to cap off this episode. So give me a second, let me get some books prepared. Alright guys, I haven't finished making everything up, but did you see the witch over there? Leave me alone. There's a witch that just happened to spawn in. I missed. See if I can. Oh, don't blow up my wall. Haha, gotcha. Get out of my way. Try to shoot that zombie for me. I really want to go and go mess with it, but there's so many creatures out here. Ah. Alright, I'll bring you back in a second. Alright, I killed it, so let's go see what it dropped. Nothing really. But, oh! I did get some of my arrows back, though. From all my missed shots. Okay. Let me finish getting my stuff together for the Mistcraft Age. I'll be back in just a second. Alright, here we go. Random age. Got my Lincoln book home. Got some water, some arrows. Got some tools, some torches, some food. So, I think we're good. I'm going to grab a stack of dirt because you just never know what's going to happen. If you don't know, this is something I hadn't realized or had forgot. I don't remember. Probably a little bit of both. Is that if you actually keep your wand in your inventory as you kill zombies or hostile mobs or really any mobs, you'll actually get some aspects that fill up your wand. So if you're low on aspects or you're just kind of just roaming around, just keep it on your hotbar and just kind of let it charge up as you kill things. So it's kind of a cool little tip. That's why I got 50 on everything since I've been exploring and killing, and let's go. Alright, last check for the book because it's a pain in the butt to get back, and here we go. I'll see you on the other side. Well, this seems kind of like an interesting world. Got some Twilight Forest generation. Not sure if that's blood or if it's iron. So yeah, this is also an extreme hills biome. I'm still taking some frame rate hits as the chunks load. So you can see it just went down to 8. So almost, I guess actually all the worlds except for the one I'm using for the mining age have been raining. So I'm not sure if XComp has made that happen that way or what. So I wonder what this is going to be. Whether it's going to be blood or iron. It's red water. It's kind of cool looking. I think I'd like it more if it was iron, but yeah. So there's also a nice little glowstone on little post. So let me look around here and see if I find anything interesting. Alright guys, I'm back. I really didn't find anything too interesting in this world besides just basically Twilight Forest generation stuff. So I'm probably going to call it quits there. I just got some slimes, some Minecraft seeds, and some moss stone. I found some of that. Let's see what else I got. 2 things I forgot to talk about earlier. You can see right here this mana steel. This mana steel is from Bontania, with the one mod we were just playing with. But you can actually make caps for Thumbcraft, and it's part of the Forbidden Magic mod. Now, spoiler alert, Forbidden Magic and Bontania are made by the same mod author, Vatsky. So that's pretty cool. I just noticed that. And second, I forgot to say it at the beginning of the episode, but I have added another mod that just updated to 1.7, and that is refined relocation. So it's kind of a cool mod, and I wanted to play with it. Some of the things that you play with is buffers. Pull up buffers right here, and sorting chest. You can see right here. It's got different sorting chests, similar to iron chest, and it's similar to a Java barrel. So basically what this is, of course, sorting chest, I mean, I don't need to explain to you what that is, right? But the buffer allows you to interconnect different pipes, like connecting a BC pipe to extra utilities pipe, or to a, well, thermal expansion is not updated, but, you know, to a item deck or something like that. And they're not very expensive. So I'm actually going to start using this, and I'm going to spotlight it once I get a little bit more familiar with it, but I just added it to the pack right before I started recording. So I'll get the changelog updated for that, and I will see you guys back the next time where we start working on finishing up on some Bontania. Because I want to get that crystal, because I want to be able to go to the Nether next episode. So that's what I'm going to work on between episodes, to get in the rest of the materials, that we can finish that off, and we can go start exploring the Nether a little bit more, get a jetpack, and get some more cobalt ardite, as well as some anything else we need. So I will see you guys on the next episode. Hopefully you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and leave you some comments, and I'll talk to you later.